So we'll just ease in, as Dan likes to say. Just ease into it.
Yeah. So yeah, guys. So yeah, without fail, every week.
Every time he's like that. So guys.
I don't mind it though. It's kind of
He's sweet.
endearing.
Yeah.
Miss him.
Yes. Because his mouth is always
He's
like
so
this
happy.
half-pitched
Yeah.
smile.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I miss him. I miss him. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah, we're working on it.
Let's do this. Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to the MidYouth Cast, the Saga series. This is a place where we get together and chat about stuff, things, products, faces,
Feelings.
hats, concepts, titles.
We don't talk expert. We talk experience.
I like that. That is good.
That's the one.
I like
Is that the one?
Yes.
There we go.
Welcome to the MidYouth Cast, where we don't talk expert, we talk experience.
What happened to the universe? The MidYouth Universe.
Yeah, MidYouth Universe.
MidYouth Universe.
MidYouth Universe podcast. That's a mouthful, though, right? Like,
It is.
The MidYouth Universe Saga series.
There we go.
We talk.
Saga series.
we don't talk expert. We talk expertise.
Dan wrote MidYouth Cast. That's
Okay.
That's why I'm
No, don't do cast. Yeah, but juicy.
How does that even make
Yeah.
sense?
Should we put this away?
Yeah.
Oh, what's this?
we have I think we have the MidYouth is the idea of it, right? And then like it's a cast or the universe or a studio. Or,
Well, is he saying
Encased in
MidYouth
the
cast
universe,
like
various-
us?
he's trying to make podcasts shorter. So he's trying to say, yes, the cast.
No.
I was like,
No. Sorry, Dan.
it's not gonna
this
catch.
time.
This is like
Sorry,
that with
Dan.
from Mean Girls. It's like trying to make the word.
Stop
fetch.
trying to make
Make
cast
fetch
happen.
work.
It's
Stop
not
trying
gonna
to make
happen.
fetch work. Okay, it's not gonna work.
Fetch, not gonna work. Okay, we are back in the studio in Saiwan Ho, as Max likes to call Saiwan Bro or Saiwan Yo. No, doesn't work. And we've all had COVID tests, and we've all I've had my jab with my bad batch, and
Still
My bad.
making sure
my
nobody
jab
turns
got
into
canceled.
zombies.
My job
Yeah.
got canceled for Monday as well. I scheduled it for today, right before a session, but they've canceled it. So
wow, I'm sorry.
it's okay. I'm happy to not turn into a zombie.
And we're happy to have you here. Sam is joining us, as
Hi.
well as Max. I'm gonna call you just Max. I can't come up with names right
Let's
now.
just do we can just be ourselves today, yeah? In
I like
alignment.
that. I like that. Yeah, and
Yeah.
of course, had Steve today.
Had Steve. I need a haircut.
So that's his authentic self.
That's his authentic stuff. And yeah, we were discussing authenticity. Authenticity and what makes you you. But before we go into that, what do you think, Steve, is Max's spirit animal?
Max's spirit animal.
Yeah.
Oh man. Spirit animal. There's oh shit. Max's
One down.
spirit animal would be. He's probably got one in mind.
I know, we
He's
know.
thinking, I'm a lion.
No, we talked about this on Friday. Remember, Jungle Book?
Oh, Bagheera. He's a panther.
No, he thinks he's a panther. He's
but he's really blue.
I'm
He's really
blue.
blue.
Yeah.
He's really blue. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Janice, what'd you say about his?
I'm blue.
Yeah.
This is a blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the dance that you do?
You're a black
the-
bear. Man. Wait, how are the bears in the same place with tigers? Is that a thing?
That's a panther.
No.
Shere Khan's a tiger.
Yeah.
Well, we're also talking about anime, so
There's also wolves in it, so I think it's just kind of a
and
smorgasbord.
talking animals all together.
Animals don't talk to you?
Yeah, it's probably that there used to be because it's based in the jungles of India.
There used to be. Oh, man.
There probably was.
Well, I
That's a
just
good
learned
point.
something
Janice,
new.
Can we get a fact check? Are there bears in India?
Were there bears in
Well, there was one there.
India?
All right, Sam, what animal would I be? What is my spirit animal?
You're a spirit animal, Tasmania.
Tasmanian devil.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, you just don't stop.
I think I see him more as like. So I used to read. Did you ever read Redwall?
No.
So it was like this book series about animals that like. was kind of like Game of Thrones, but it was like animals.
Right.
Isn't that animals?
And Phil reminds me of a badger because the badgers were always like the leaders of like the different animal clans.
Aw.
you know?
Interesting.
Badgers are the most dangerous animals in the African
Yeah.
savannah. Yeah, they'll just.
Honey
check
Boo
in.
don't give a beep.
Thank you for
Honey
saving.
badgers.
Yes.
Yeah, you remembered. That's
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
Max, what do you think Steve is?
Steve. Well, he is kind of like a cat whisperer, right? So I would see something kind of in the
feline.
Jaguar, maybe?
he's,
You know, classy, but like exotic still somewhat.
Oh, I can get with this.
Yeah.
An albino jaguar.
I was like thinking, I was like, the hackle.
Do you guys remember that episode of Rick and Morty where he was Pickle Rick and he was
Yeah.
fighting El Jaguar?
What?
And you don't get any references. ever.
No.
Yeah.
You gotta get on the Rick and Morty.
I do here and there, but then I usually just like start watching doctor shows.
Yeah, that's true.
I
Grey's
love
Anatomy's still going.
I love doctor shows, and I love like mystery shows, thrillers, supernaturals.
You just love everything with like muscular men. I know her type now.
I mean,
watching
she's
things
here, right?
like, anytime like a muscular man with a tight shirt walks on the screen, she's just like, ooh wee.
Hey,
Hot
I
damn.
don't objectify men. What are you talking
Hey,
about?
you just said you watched Justice League, and the first thing you were like, "Oh my days, Henry Cavill." Ah.
Okay, let's not call
Is
it.
a snack.
I definitely did.
She didn't say
clean
snack.
snack.
I did not. You said he's a snack.
I do.
He
I like
just tried
him.
to use
Yeah.
me to say Henry Cavill's good looking.
I'm a fan.
I mean-
He's big into PC gaming.
He
so he's
carried
Yeah,
The
you
Witcher.
mentioned that.
I mean, I would
Right.
not have watched that show if he
Right.
wasn't in it.
You wouldn't.
The Witcher.
Wow.
Oh yeah, he is.
Well, he definitely like brought that kind of
Yeah.
charisma to it.
Yeah, the
To
author of the book said he's like the definitive.
Geralt.
He's like,
he's
yeah,
the
if you
He
needed
is
to put
the-
a face to the character, there it is.
His authentic self is
Geralt. Geralt of Rivia.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
I defined Sam earlier though, so I cheated a little.
Yeah.
This was on Friday. No, Saturday. Sam's spirit animal is a Jigglypuff,
A Jigglypuff.
the Pokemon.
So we're going Pokemon.
100%. Because like no animal describes you, right? And then also when you sleep. Like
But she can't sing though.
Oi! Wow, they're putting
no,
on
no, no,
without-
no. Hang on.
No, I didn't mean
we
like-
went to that lounge, and y'all were full into the Mandarin karaoke. Remember
I
that?
am very into
She's a Mandarin
karaoke.
singing Jigglypuff. There you go.
Mandarin Jigglypuff. Oh, okay. Here we go. Oh, there is
Better late than
a
never.
sloth bear in India.
So sloth.
That's me.
That's you.
That's like the last thing Max would ever. A sloth bear.
Hi.
Oh, and it's the sloth. It's called Baloo. Like it's the sloth bear. Oh, where did that go?
They're nocturnal. They sleep during the day.
True. That's true.
Okay.
Okay,
Alright,
cool.
cool.
Thank you.
Alright,
Yeah.
thank you.
Fact check. Cool.
Alright.
So yeah, man, we're jumping into ourselves, our authentic selves, and I think one way people describe themselves is using references to other things, right? They'll say, I thought I was a brown bear. I thought my spirit animal was a brown bear.
Yeah.
100%.
You're a Tasmanian devil for sure.
Yeah,
You
cool.
just kick up a storm, full of energy, always just
nonstop.
zoom, zoom, zoom.
Yeah. But in reality, they're slow, hey? The Tasmanian devil.
Are they?
I'm talking about Looney Tunes now.
That's fine. Yeah. Oh, they're coming out with Space Jam 2. Do you guys know that?
Oh,
What?
yeah.
With LeBron?
With LeBron James. It's like, guys, come on with something new.
Wow.
You know? So, Steve, would you just define yourself right now as you are, this man here, is
Right.
tired and sleepy with the hat?
Yeah.
Is that Steve, the authentic Steve, or?
Oh man, I hate to say it. Like I this is like one of the states I least like being in, for sure. This is not the authentic me I want to be.
Right.
It's a reality, but yeah, this
Okay.
is not like. Sometimes if I feel this way on like a Friday or Saturday, I'm just like, I'm not going to go out because this is such low energy.
So,
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah.
So, why don't you define that as yourself? Because in my mind, it's just another version
It's
of
a
you.
version, right? But it's not the version I'd like to present
Yeah.
to the world.
Why is that, though? Why does the world matter?
No, it's just because, when personally, that if we're asking the question, when I'm in this mood,
Yeah.
it takes a little bit extra energy to bring positive energy to like a group or people around you. And you could seem standoffish sometimes if you're just like, I'm tired, I don't give a F. And then
Yeah.
people are like, yo, there's something wrong with that guy. He's in an RBF. No, I swear, I'm just tired.
Oh, I wear that.
I'm a nice guy.
I'm a nice guy, trust me. I'm a nice guy. But so right now you're just not in a happy place at all, right?
It's not happy, just tired, man. Just a long day, you know.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you don't have your beverage sponsored by today's sponsor, Clearness. Hydration.
Fountain of Youth.
That's right. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. I've been
Otter
trying to
is
stay
Fountain of the
hydrated.
Youth.
Yeah. So you're not your authentic self today. I mean,
It is authentic. It's just not my ideal self.
right. Okay.
I think if anything, it could be described as your most authentic self, because it's almost like when you're most vulnerable, when you're most
Yeah.
like you don't have to put like you don't have that like Zaza Zoo about you. This is just you being in your own space, right? Like
But no, would you say this is my most authentic self?
not your most authentic.
She would know. Like in this state.
You're putting her in a bad spot. she's like I have to tell you you're happy
No.
all the time.
I think she sees the most vulnerable side of you, though, right? Like the person she sees, Janice sees, is going to be very different to the person you show us.
I don't think so.
No, it's definitely like the softer side of him that
Squishy Steve today.
Oh.
Okay, so Sam, what would you define as the keys to someone being their authentic self? Vulnerability you mentioned, and what else would you add to that?
I think is so I've been reading this book called Tricky Mirrors, and I think one of the very interesting concepts is how you would be in front of people and how you act without people. So same thing is, for example, if you wouldn't do something in front of a particular person, then that should be the consistent. So it's consistency in your behavior, whether someone's there, whether someone's not there. Would you pick up that trash behind? Would you pick up trash after yourself?
Yeah.
Would you pick up your dog's poo? Or would you say those mean words to that person if no one were to judge you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not about just about other people's confirmation, but like where does it stem from? Do you do things for you, or is it for other people? It's a show.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What was it called? The
Tricky Mirrors.
Tricky Mirrors.
Yeah. So it's a book about like self-delusion, different types of it, and she uses like strings up like 90 different types of stories to
Right.
explain them. So I thought that was
Right.
one of the ones that resonated recently.
What about you? Do you think that you're the type of person who would pick up trash if nobody was watching?
I do.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, generally, like on the streets, like, I mean, broadcasting it out doesn't change it. But like, for example, there are times I see old people that are walking up the stairs and they're carrying something heavy. If I have a hand, then I'll help them. Or like I've been, like I will donate my time for doing just for the sake of doing it, or I'll clean or do little things that people may not know about. But that's just because it makes me happy. I get something out of it, right? But there are days where I'm just like, oh yeah, I dropped that trash. I don't want to pick it up because it fell next to the garbage bin and no one's looking. I do walk away. I'm not perfect.
It's true. And it being close to it was also kind of it being inside.
Yeah, no,
No,
it's
it's not the
not.
same.
It's not. It's just me being lazy bum.
Yeah.
I'll own up to it.
In Hong Kong, it's weird because whenever I spend time in the UK, if you're walking from the tube station to the train station, and somebody has stuff or like a baby,
Yeah.
the number of children, other people's children, I have carried up, with the
Are you
pram.
for real?
Yeah, it's
Wow.
great.
That's amazing.
You get the you lift
With
the pram.
permission, right?
Of course.
Runs off.
Like, come upstairs with me, little child. This stranger you don't know. But like upstairs, because they don't have good
Yeah.
access for people with
Yeah.
prams or like
Yeah.
stuff. So you'll just turn around and say, "You need help?" And say, "Yeah, okay." And then you lift up you carry this child up. And it's
Yeah.
like, wow, it's weird because the child's just staring at you, giving you the.
It's like, what are you doing?
Kids do that where they just kind of stare at you, right? And it's
Kids
like-
are the most authentic versions, I would think.
100%.
There is no holding back. That kid will bully you. Any age. They learn how to bully really early because they don't know at that time how to filter, right? Like they don't know
There's
what's
no filter.
nice, what's mean.
Yeah.
Everything just comes,
right.
right? And it's really interesting how they really just have no filter.
I think
Yeah.
it depends on the temperament or how they're raised. Because some kids are just like really sweet. Some kids.
So
are
they're
good.
authentically sweet.
They could be. I wouldn't say, like you said, bullying. I don't think it's the bullying that comes out unless it's like.
No, well, okay.
There's some people that are just born with like the evil spirit inside.
Are you referring?
Wow. Do I need to like get some sage up in here and like sage around you right now? Evil in there, the self-reference.
I know, right? Vulnerables. Squishy Steve is like revealing like
Yeah.
in a spawn.
I think he's
coming
gonna
out.
like his eyes gonna go black and then like
Oh my god.
You watch so much TV.
Sorry.
Damn.
Sorry.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I love supernatural shows.
What was the other one? It's literally Supernatural. Did you watch that?
Yeah, that one freaked me out recently. Like the paintings, like the painting came out and killed people.
No
and
spoilers.
Wow.
it's like one of the first seasons. It's like 20 years old.
Yeah, isn't there like 30 seasons?
It's like 18.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Grey's Anatomy is still going. It's 18.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, but it's weird. It's good. What about you?
Yeah. So as Sam was saying, Max, do you think society influences how you are as a person? Because Sam mentioned that it's the way that a child is raised, right? Like that will determine whether or not they are the good or the evil part of the world. Steve just believes it's like inherently. But what about you? What do you think, man?
Oh well, I think they say like you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So
Who says that?
well,
They.
it's a saying.
Mindset Mentor says that.
Who
Okay.
says that? It's I don't know.
It's
I don't
a-
know.
yeah.
It's
I
a
heard that
saying.
today.
It gets tossed around.
So
right. This is something I learned today.
usually that would be your friends. So I would say your friends are kind of a reflection of your personality, right? You guys rub off on each other. And I think kind of going through your 20s, you're kind of more, at least I felt I was more kind of in that like people pleasing phase where you're trying to like fit in and kind of identify like who you are through your friends. But I think as you kind of get older, you learn how to be a little bit more independent. And then that's where you start to kind of gravitate towards, people that have a more like-minded mindset. You kind of choose your friends rather than just try and fit in.
Yeah.
Right. They say with a child, when you're raising a child, up until the age of 4, it's the parents who influence the child's development, whether or not they are, the spawn of something demonic or whether they're angelic, the other way, right?
Yeah.
And then from about 5 years old, they start interacting with other people based on how they were, what they know, right? So there was that movie with Chadwick Boseman, 42, the Jackie Robinson story,
Yeah.
where he's there.
That's a good film.
He's on the baseball thing. I was gonna say the wicket. It's not the wicket.
The diamond.
Yeah,
diamond.
he's batting. What is
The
it?
plate.
Is that what's
The
called?
plate.
He's on the
Yeah.
plate. That's what it is. And he's like in Alabama or something. And one of the fans, he's like shouting racial slurs at him. And his son looks up and he's like, "Oh, that's what you do. That's okay. I'm learning how to be racist from my dad." And then he continues. So like that child would then take that to school and then act in that way. And then as you said, coming from the rest, like the development would be within the child's social circle, right? And I think it's in Scandinavia somewhere, they actually give kids like 2 hours of just time. You just go and just develop around your peers and stuff, and then that's how like socialism and hierarchies develop. I'm like, that's pretty cool, man. Imagine if they did that here. Just give.
What's the difference between like that and recess or lunchtime?
Chinese
this
schools,
is-
we barely get recess. We get like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's not. Even in school though.
Yeah.
Yeah, 20 minutes
Like
recess in
our
school.
recess was like 20 minutes and it would be like twice but separate. And then our recess was short.
Wow.
We don't and then we in class it's not really, it's a lot of regurgitation, it's not a lot of social interaction, it's not a lot of group projects. But at least I was I'm not going to give my age away, but it was a while back.
Now that you're a mid-youther.
Mid-youther.
It's scheduled. It's literally scheduled like between lessons. Fine, sounds like recess, but it's not recess. It's scheduled learning time, which is
Scheduled learning time, like class.
So just throw them in
it's
escape room and
you
see
throw
how
them-
they
You
interact.
throw them in a class and see how they interact.
Sounds like speed dating for kids.
Yeah, it is. It pretty much is, man. Yeah, just let them go, man. I kind of like that.
I like
idea
the
of just
concept.
play, right?
Yeah, it's good because a lot of kids nowadays, they end up spending a lot of time on like iPads, watching TV, versus they don't
God.
learn how to social
These
and
iPads,
interact.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Kids, I think it's a huge thing, like huge. It's all you ever hear about.
Do you think that would actually withhold them or hold them back from developing their good personalities?
I think so.
Oh, and of course, because
sure.
they don't develop patience, right?
Yeah.
If you constantly
Everything's instant gratification, right?
Instant gratification.
Push a button, this should
Yeah.
happen, or like.
So imagine, when you would ask, someone older, could I do this? And they say, wait. Oh man.
You're looking for your skip button.
That's like just stop, delete,
That's right.
delete.
Starts happening like That's crazy, man. So when it comes to like being your authentic self, have you guys come up with like a version of you that you enjoy? Because for me, I am many different people throughout the day. My authentic self is, I don't even like saying that. The version I'm most comfortable with really depends on who I'm around. Like mine does change based on who I'm with, right? You see me interact with different groups, right?
You are a chameleon.
I am, yeah.
My God, yes. My cousin actually called me that very young on. She's like,
I always the same.
no, she says I'm chameleon in the sense like depending if it's like work or so different circle of friends, I do act differently. Like depending on topics or.
But is that being inauthentic? Are we allowed to wear different hats based on the kind of?
Exactly.
Why not? If
It's wearing different hats.
Yeah,
I'm just.
Cause for me, I would be most comfortable being silly around you guys versus there are people that like, you know what, I want to be my professional self because I'm trying to earn a certain kind of criteria, like credit, or because I want to advance in a certain way. There's different hats I have to wear, but I mean, the authentic part is I'll always be genuine. I think that is the authentic part about me. I would say that's one part that stays true. I don't care what hats I'm wearing. If I don't like you, you're gonna know.
And like leading on to that, when people say, what is your authentic self? I think they try to define it by, this is your character. I'm back on these dating apps and they say, INFJ or like.
Oh, yeah.
What's the Myers-Briggs test, right?
Yeah.
Is that Myers-Briggs?
It's Myers-Briggs.
That is
test.
Myers-Briggs, yeah.
What everyone is on these days? Like
Myers-Briggs? That's what it all the time, bro.
I've heard people keep talking about this.
No,
Because they're looking for... keep swiping right on me. Even though I'm going to say this, like they're trying to define themselves by this set of criteria that really has no like standing, you know. You can be an introvert and an extrovert at the same time.
Yes.
You know, in the same hour.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, totally.
But people are like, well, no, I'm quite introverted, so I don't think I should do that. No, do it. You know, if that's what you want.
But
Do
that's
what?
the extrovert you talking.
A thing. Like
Anything.
like
I don't like people that hide behind introversion.
Yeah.
Some people use it as a shield.
Oh man, and I think people are finding their identity or their authenticity in definitions given by other people.
Right.
That just drives me insane, man.
You know what annoys me? I see a lot on the internet too. I spend too much time on Reddit. People that confuse introversion with being shy or just like, I don't know if it's shy. Introversion doesn't. If you're introverted, it doesn't mean you're shy.
Yeah, it
just
doesn't.
means that like you don't get your energy from social situations.
Yes,
you can put on a show.
exactly.
But then there's some people that you're just shy, or you just something's wrong, or you just don't like to interact. And like, you're an introvert. You're not an introvert. You're just weird.
Yeah.
So I don't like because I'm an introvert. I feel primarily.
Yeah,
for sure. It's my stronger. I can put on an extroverted show.
Yeah.
But it's different.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's really different.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are using this to try to find themselves because it's easy to.
Yeah.
I'm an introvert, so now I'm gonna take all this introvert ideology and then place on myself.
Yeah.
And then what ends up happening is, you know, it'll be. Oh, is that a radio?
Noisy tonight, girl.
She's just checking everything. You wanna live up to this idea that you are this type of person.
Yeah.
Which isn't reality.
Right.
It really isn't.
You pigeonhole yourself.
Yeah.
Pigeonhole yourself.
So
And I find a lot of people become frustrated with themselves and then spiral. Sorry, go ahead.
no, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you. In terms of the extrovert part, it's really funny. When my last role as a recruiter, so we have to take personality tests.
Yeah.
My my extrovert versus introvert came back 94% extrovert.
Of course.
On my
Of course you are.
I'm surprised it wasn't higher.
Are you the only one surprised by that?
No. And I expected it to be like 89, like 85. I did not think it was going to be like 94, 95. And then you're going to love this. Second year, we had to retake the test. I ended up my extrovertness actually went down to like 70-something%. And that was actually driven because like recruitment is a lot of rejection and constant pulling and speaking and like selling. And it just got to a point where like I talk 14 hours a day to people that don't actually want to talk to me or don't know what they're talking about. I get home, I'm like, I can't talk to anyone anymore. Like I literally just sit there and rock. And then I learned, but when I go to parties, as you guys have seen me, I feed off of the energy.
Yeah.
And I like, my nickname is, I mean, even this Saturday, someone just called me, came up, gave me the biggest hug and called me, you are the legendary, like, Energizer Bunny, you know? And I'm just like,
Makes sense.
yeah.
Legendary.
But like that, I think throughout all that, like the authentic thing is like, these are all parts of me that I love and appreciate, and I think those are authentic parts. And so yeah, like hiding behind the extrovert or not being an extrovert, these are definitely things that like people, even using horoscopes, people use horoscopes to define, oh my god, I'm fluid, I'm not fluid, I'm this, I'm aggressive. Like it doesn't fit, you know. You self-prophesize.
Yeah, people like to like find an external source to like justify their behavior. Like, oh, I'm a B word because of I'm like, you know,
I'm an Aries.
And
this is growth.
I'm going through Mercury's retrograde. You know,
I use that sometimes.
Now, I think there is a place for a lot of that, right?
Yeah.
It's when people make it their identity, right?
Yeah.
Or their definition of themselves.
Right.
Yeah. Sure. You know, a lot of people have different beliefs, and we all appreciate different beliefs.
Yeah.
Don't make your belief your character.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
I like.
But also,
I like that.
don't be afraid to question your beliefs. I think as human beings, we're constantly growing, we're constantly evolving,
That's right.
adapting, changing. You know, you can't just stay stagnant. You know, so sometimes that's where it's good to have like some eternal self-reflection and question your own beliefs.
You
know?
must
have to.
question everything.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I was having dinner with Marco. Shout out Marco. And you know, I'm at the point in my life where I will just ask myself, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
You know, specifically this. Why am I doing this podcast? Why am I on my phone? Why am I watching this TV show? Why am I, going to church? Why am I, looking up the different religions and all that? And if I can't find a decent reason why, then I'm like, there's no point for me doing that.
Interesting.
Right? Because I have figured that authentically, I cannot now be defined by other people's definitions of me or what I should be or what I shouldn't be. The only thing we should do is pay taxes and die. That's why. Right? But even taxes, like sometimes
That's his alibi. Application.
I said I paid. I will pay.
I was late on my taxes this year. Hey, like, man, it's gonna suck, man. It's gonna suck. So for the listeners out there, how do you guys feel that they should? What are like things they should maybe do to help find their authentic selves or be their authentic selves? Do you guys have any like tips or?
I was like just having a chat with a friend on Saturday. It was text. We were just talking about. I think one of the. I love thriving off being outside of my comfort zone now. Right. I love that feeling of like being frightened. That moment where you're like sweating. I used to hate it. I love it now. I love being in situations where I'm just like freaking out. I shouldn't be here. I can't wait till it's over. And then overcoming that is amazing. So I think to answer your question is just put yourself in different new situations.
Out of your comfort zone.
Out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And it helps you find like new elements or aspects of yourself. I would say right now, I think one of my favorite personas is the persona I put on when I'm public speaking, which is so different from so many people are terrified of it. I love it. I love standing in front of a room of people and just talking. And that came through like stepping outside of my comfort zone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because you were nervous about
5 or 6 years ago. Probably it was about 6 years ago where I just got into it. Yeah.
This was Toastmasters, right?
No. I was in a startup and I had to do a lot of pitching. I was like the only one. So I just like kept going to all these startup pitches and talking until it became fun.
I know this because sometimes like with the episodes, like we lose video footage, so I have to go on your Facebook and like take pictures. And there's a couple of photos of you like standing and giving a.
Oh yeah, I don't
Giving
know
a
when that was.
presentation.
I was maybe it was in college.
Oh man.
Yeah. different scenarios. Step outside your comfort zone.
A different authentic Steve at that point.
Yeah, no, but your question was, put yourself in these situations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So actively go seeking out like to put yourself in the situation. Is that what
Seek
you're
out
saying?
opportunities to push yourself to new limits that you didn't even know you can know. Things that you think like I could never do that, or I'll never make it through that. I can't public speak. I can't play this sport. I can't whatever under pressure. And then I think you'll find new versions of yourself that lead to more authenticity.
That's a great
That also
tip.
ties into what Phil said earlier about like not pigeoning. Going back to what you guys were saying about no pigeonholing and just hiding behind a word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definition. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Max, anything else to add to that, or?
I mean, I think we all have like our own internal intuition, right? We all get feedback from, like you said, stepping out of your comfort zone. You're going to feel like either a positive reaction or a negative. And I would just say, keep putting yourself into new situations, even if it's not always positive at first. Just keep pushing, kind of always don't be afraid that even if it doesn't work out the first time, to kind of keep exploring. You know?
It should never work out the first time. You know, I sent you that thing. I've been replaying this video game called Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Ooh, I gotta get it. Yeah.
Oh my days, it is incredible because there's a point where your teacher, your master's, he's forcing you to do something, and then your character says, "I can't. I keep failing." And then the Jedi Master's like, "Good, keep failing, and keep getting up, because the more you fail, the more you get up, the more you'll learn that there's a different way to do it.
Yeah.
And eventually you'll get better." Old, Finn's brother Jake from Adventure Time.
The dog?
The dog, yeah. He said sucking at something is the first step to sort of being kind of good at something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? Which you gotta do that. And first time you step out, you're gonna be like, this is weird.
Yeah.
But then over time, you'll figure it out.
I would say you have to give it at least 3 or 4 times before you can even have a basic answer.
Why even 3 or 4? Why not until it's done? You know, I think limitations is kind of like, because after 3 times, man, like when I used to go to talk to girls up at bars and stuff, like 6 times before I actually like got a number, man. Like, but you just gotta keep persevering. Like keep going back.
My mama said. My mama said.
Can I have your number?
Oh man. Sam, any closing words here?
Yeah, I think mine would be, if you ever feel uncomfortable, ask yourself why. Is it actually your ethics or your morals or your beliefs coming into check, saying like you're not being real to yourself? Or check your external environment when your friends actually are behaving differently towards you. Is it because you've done things that are out of character and you're behaving, whether that's a sign of, hey, you're not in a good place, or maybe it's a sign like, hey, you're turning into a jackass, or you're just like, you know, like you're growing to something. You can see the positive feedback.
Right.
So just listen, like I think referring back to what Max said, intuition, you know when you're not being authentic. Listen to that voice, because that's your own voice.
And so what about when, you know, I have this issue where, yes, I want to listen to that voice, that inner voice, and then it's like the voice is saying, okay, bro, but if you do that, you're gonna stand out, you're gonna, like, people gonna look at you weird, or if you do that, you are no longer gonna be accepted in the community, right?
But that's the point, right? Like being authentic, is that about being a part of the community, or is it to yourself? Like who do you owe? Like you don't owe anyone else anything, right?
Yeah.
It's
Right.
for you. This is about yourself, and am I doing the right thing? I think at the end of the day, I ask, am I doing the best that I can to treat my friends a certain way? Am I doing the best for myself this kind of way?
Right.
I mean, like going back to Steve's public speaking, I'm sure it felt uncomfortable. He probably thought like, oh my God, it's going to make me stand out. And look at it. Ironically now, he's finding it to be like, he finds fulfillment from it.
Yeah, true.
So it's whether or not it's a negative feeling where it's like, it's fear, like be safe. Don't go walking off like this side of the cliff, or like, hey, just take a step. It's out of my comfort zone, but is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really just about like doing that, like stepping outside your comfort zone and listening to that inner voice where your intuition is saying, maybe don't follow the crowd, or maybe say something here. Find who you are.
Yeah.
Because I think even though you might exclude yourself from the community, I think you'll be much happier like by yourself, as opposed to just a sheeple
Yeah.
following along.
So we're encouraging people to piss. It's okay to piss everyone off as long as you have yourself. So you can
Exactly.
run being a jerk and
Yep. And then I will watch his podcast.
Yeah.
And I will watch his podcast because they told me so.
Yeah, this comes out on Easter. Happy Easter.
Yeah. So
That's awesome. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
No, Phil, go on. I'm just excited.
That's awesome. Oh, yeah, Easter should be fun. Anything coming up in the MYU? In the challenge section. What do you have for us, Max?
Well, are we going to talk about the challenges that you set for us?
Sure, yeah. Why don't you do that? Yeah. How was that for you?
So actually, because you told us to like kind of like write a few things that were kind of irritating you. So I actually had that moment last week at the gym. I was kind of annoyed. I was, trying to lift, and I just felt like every machine I tried to go to, like there was someone there, and I was like, okay, on the
Oh my God,
sitting
the
down,
work.
and I was like, okay, all right, I'll go to I'll skip this, I'll go there, and then it was just like it just kept happening to me, and I was getting really frustrated, and then I had to take a step back and say, wait a minute, I don't own this gym.
Yeah.
They're inconveniencing me, but this is a shared space, and I should just take a a moment, take a step back, and why am I being so selfish?
I don't know. I think that you were in the right. You don't go to a gym.
It's not about being in the right.
No,
It's
it's-
about
but
the
that's the
emotion.
thing.
You weren't wrong.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
wrong.
I know I wasn't wrong, but then it was just like what you said. The whole practice of it was
Yeah.
just kind of like acknowledging that kind of annoyed feeling,
Yeah.
and then just taking a step back and letting it go.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of had a laugh of it. And it's like, okay, whatever. They're wasting their time.
I love it.
It's fine. I don't
You were
have
just
anywhere to
imagining
be.
There were
I'm just like,
Because put you on all 8 months.
Like you idiot, your muscles aren't growing.
yeah. You know,
That's
and
awesome,
I was
man.
just being all judgy and like,
Yeah.
come on, what is this dweeb doing like on his phone? And everyone's just and I just had to just like woosah, it's gonna be okay.
Well,
That was good?
Yeah, it was good.
Fantastic, man.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Amazing.
Yeah, well done, dude. Yeah, what about anybody? I have no words to say. Steve, what about you?
Oh man, on Saturday I play softball, but all of our pitchers are gone. They either left Hong Kong or they couldn't make it. So this is my
Right.
first time pitching, and I was
Pitching
freaking
sales.
out for weeks. The day before the game, I woke up in like a fever sweat. Like, what if I screw up? Because it's a really high intensity situation.
I bet, yeah.
So I had to like talk myself for like 2 hours while I was before the game, during the game, and after the game. It was like so intense, and I had to like really dig into myself, really deep, and just sort of like talk through it, walk through it, laugh at some things. The plate, if I threw a few bad pitches, I would just make a joke about it. I would like talk to people on the sideline or the other team, and just if I threw a bad pitch and somebody swung at it, I'd be like, "Thanks for swinging at that." Like, they would laugh, and
That's
and
awesome.
everyone, actually, both teams started to be really supportive when they realized I was new at it.
Yeah.
So I just turned it into this fun thing.
That's
Didn't try to hide it.
awesome.
It was just like really
Steve, that's fucking awesome.
That's one of our. It's okay. That's okay. So the challenges was a success.
Yeah.
Fantastic. It's incredible.
Amazing.
Wow. Did you listen to the challenges before and try it as well?
I think I've been journaling anyways about my feelings,
Sure,
so
yeah.
not indirectly. But then I think some of my stress was actually last week at the gym. I had a very uncomfortable moment, as I mentioned to you. This guy, as I'm lifting, is staring at me, and at one point,
Laughing?
no, that was Max. Max was the other time. There was another time. He was like, those puny little muscles. What are those gonna do? No, and this guy just started following me around the gym and then
That's
started
creepy.
eyeing me, and then I almost dropped the dumbbell on my head because he was staring at me dead in the mirror while I'm going like this. I've already gone up the weight, and he starts rubbing his belly.
Ooh.
I felt so
You're
disgusted.
looking like a tasty snack.
You just have to know that.
Get in my belly.
You know what? I'm just gonna get a day pass to Pure and sit at every machine you're at.
Wow.
Okay.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and then I was definitely super irritated, and I went to speak to attendee. He wasn't there, and then actually what I did was, instead of just complaining, I took action for it. I did report the guy during the timestamp, so I feel like I did a step in the right direction, taking not something that's just a nuisance, but an actual, I think, something dangerous to the public, and reporting it so that other people wouldn't have to feel the same way.
Good move.
Good
Yeah.
stuff. Good
But if it was Henry Cavill,
It was Henry Cavill. He would be calling the cops on me. Oh, yeah. I would just be like,
Yeah.
there would be no belly rubbing. I'd be just stunned.
Wow.
Yeah, it's no shame here. Hi, Henry Cavill.
You a snack.
Tasty snack.
No.
Okay, Max, give us a challenge this
All right,
week.
so challenge for this week. So it's Easter weekend coming up.
Happy Easter, everyone.
Happy
I'm
Easter.
sure there'll be a lot of social situations for all of us. So challenge for this week is I want each of you to give a complete stranger a compliment, a genuine, authentic compliment.
I like this.
I know it might seem a little bit weird and uncomfortable, but let's see what happens.
Okay.
You
I
know
like
what? Actually, let's all do that, and you guys at home, give it a shot as well. Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds amazing.
Feels like an after-school kids show. Mr.
No,
Rogers.
and they should send it in as well if they
Yeah.
could.
Yes, send it in. Engage with us.
Okay, that's the demon side.
You know, either
My eyes turn black first. In editing, please.
That's good.
good deed,
Yes,
compliment,
yes.
gesture of goodwill.
A good deed or a compliment?
Yeah, a good deed or a compliment. you
Yeah.
know,
I love
in the
it.
spirit of Easter, right?
Every day over Easter or just
Just one particular. I mean, you can do it multiple times if you want, but just
when we feel moved to, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it. I'm in.
Done. Yeah.
All in.
All right.
Sorted. Cool. Where can people find us, Steve?
YouTube, Spotify, Instagram. the primary channels.
Right. This comes out on Friday. It'll be Easter Friday for
Good Friday, right?
Good Friday, yeah.
Good Friday.
And the podcast on the Spotify. Get on it, guys. Get those listens up, and it should be good.
We're making the show shorter for you.
We are cutting
sure.
content
We
just
are.
for other. Actually, speaking of short content, we have been inspired by Steve. We're gonna do short content and do the High School Musical dance.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Will we? All right. Let's get to that. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, we're all in this together.
Yeah.
The four of us.
Yeah.
All of you at home. Shout out to Dan. Shout out to everyone.
Marco, Dan.
Marco.
homies.
Yeah. Toma. We need Emerson back. I like
Yeah,
him.
Emerson.
Franny. Yeah. Guys, it's been fun. Yeah. We'll catch you soon and see you next week.
See you next
Salute.
week.
The saga continues.
Sweet.